coming really soon. We got our first teaser for it, and it's something you guys have been wanting in the game for a long time. It's something I've wanted in the game for a long time, but I generally thought was not gonna ever happen. Take a look at what Epic Tank says. He says, "Hey Piggy builders, here is a sneak peek at the multi-selection and cloning inside Piggy build mode. Note that the UI is not final. This update will also include some concepts made by Curly Fry." So, just to give a quick understanding of this real quick, what I'm about to show you is not made by Curly Fry. This is made by Epic Tank. The Curly Fry stuff is going to get added at some point later for this next big update, which is going to be great. I believe it's going to be coming sometime after Inner City, which is when Curly Fry is probably going to get hired and then put onto build mode in order to put his concepts into there, which is super exciting. But you know what's really exciting? Our first teaser. Let's take a look at this. So first we have a clip of Epic Tank taking one of these slabs here and selecting them and scaling them. And gee, you know, it's a real shame. I don't want to have to build this wall all over again. I have to sit there and place all these down. It's a mess. So what he does, he clicks on the multi button, he selects every single part, and as you can see, they are all highlighted white here, and look at that. He can move the entire thing all at once like that. Now, before we get to the second button here, if you take a look and see, there's a blue outline that goes over this entire wall here, which is really nice. So as you can see, the moment he does the multi-select and he clicks on this part up here, it selects the entire thing. Now technically it's only selecting this part and this part, but it's not selecting the other ones until he clicks on them. So imagine like big buildings that you have to work so hard on to offset and everything like that, and you have to build those all over again. You won't have to do that anymore. You can just sit there and select everything all at once. And now for the second button, as you can see, he hits the clone button and boom. Right where the very first block was selected, so if we go back here real quick, right? So he hits the clone button, and when he cloned it, you can see at the very bottom it says blocks clone 7. So now, when he goes and rotates the tool, you can see that it actually made a copy. When it first got copied, it makes a copy directly on top of the original. So you have to make sure you keep the move tool selected and then rotate it just so it can move it out of its place. Otherwise, if you deselect it, I think the clone will get stuck inside of here and then it'll just take up data without you even noting or knowing. But yeah, look at this here. So you can take it and you can move it across. And now all these walls that you want to make for like, I don't know, like Dandy's World or whatever, this kind of reminds me of the Dandy's World walls, you can clone and select them. Or if you're making more advanced maps, it's gonna be so much easier. This just saved him like a pretty decent amount of time here. And in larger maps, it's gonna save even more time. But guess what? That's not all. We actually got a second video, it seems. This one is by MiniToon Fan. He says clone tool is actually going to be useful. Here's another video of Tank using it. So let's take a look and see. Ooh, wait, it's a continuation. Wait a second. He's cloning the button here. So he's taking the button and he's setting it to 55 seconds. Now, keep that in mind because that part's going to be really important here. So he takes the button, and this is something Epic Tank actually told me. I can say it now because obviously it's going to be public, but watch what happens here. So he takes a link, right? And he links that button directly to the block, and he has a setting for it. Now, when he goes and clicks the clone tool, so multi, and then he hits clone, and now, when he takes those and moves he clones them, wait a second, it just copied those blocks, like normal, right? But, oh man, I copied those blocks, but now I gotta link them all back together again. That's a huge pain. I don't wanna have to spend all that time. Wait a minute, wait a second, hold on. He's cloning a bunch of them here. Doesn't he know how much time it'll take to have to relink all these? Unless, wait a second, all of these are pre-linked. That's right, the clone tool copies links. And he said to 55 seconds, I think he forgot to show the settings, but it should also copy the setting of the button too. So not only does the clone tool let you take all these links that you have to sit there and link together and build and everything like that and let you repeat them, but it also repeats the links themselves, the physical, the digital links, and the settings of them too. Do you realize how much time this is going to save? I'm not even kidding. Like if I'm sitting there making decal animations or something, it's gonna save an incredible amount of time. It is crazy. Is it coming out today? No, it's not coming out today. This is the first teaser in a big build mode update. We're probably going to see this update come out sometime after Inner City is released, because that is also when Curly Fry is going to get added onto build mode, and then he can start adding his concepts into there, which will have even more added into this. Best update besides upcoming advanced scale. I don't know if scale is coming. Just because I feel like I think the community disagreed on having scaling in the game. I mean, I really hope that advanced movement comes to the game, though. That's the main thing. Why not make a separate video? Keep the streams, because if I upload to the channel, it'll tank performance, because people already technically saw it. It's a whole thing with YouTube. I'm doing it for a specific reason. I can use it for walls, floors, and so much. I know, dude. This is gonna be... Oh, this is gonna be incredible. This is absolutely gonna be incredible. One thing that I would really like to see added to this tool, though, one thing I would really like to see added to this is the fact that if you could copy these and store them in your player data, right? So for example, I'll go into build mode right now and I'll show you guys. So for example, if I go into my map and I build some kind of crazy contraption and I want to bring it to someone else's map, I would be able to. Think of it almost like a little toolbox thing. Like a little toolbox feature, right? So for example, if I go over to, if I take myself and I make a giant cube here, and I take a structure like this, it could be a cannon, it could be a house, it could be whatever you want, right? And if I multi-select all these parts, and I save them into a new slot on the bottom here called like the toolbox, right? And you do that, it would save that entire build. That way you can go over to someone else's map and you can place down your contraption. I have gone over to a lot of build mode maps before in the past, and I've helped people build stuff, right? If people need their maps upgraded, like they have like levers that people just keep flipping back and forth, right? I fix those with buttons or special prompts, right? So being able to bring those things over to other people's maps is something I wanted to do for a long time. Something I used to build a lot in other people's maps were cannons. Like I would build like a cannon that would shoot you out, right? But it took so long to build, and most people would leave the game because they didn't want to have to wait a long time for me to build that, right? So being able to bring creations over to other maps, and this would also be helpful if people are like building in their own maps and want to bring stuff over to a main map. I think that would be incredible. I think that would be a really, really cool idea. And I think that would get more people playing together and bringing each other's ideas into the same thing. I think it would be really incredible. I think it would be really incredible. I do think that there should probably be some sort of block limit though, because my only fear is that, like, I mean, the block limit should be decently high, but my only fear is that people will take an entire map that's like 2 megabytes and will copy and paste it in someone's map, and then it lags the whole thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, that would definitely be really interesting. That is something I am really looking forward to though. I am really looking forward to. Ask Minitune Anything map. Do I even have that map still? I do have this map still. It's just super buggy. It's just really, really buggy. Ernie, Curly told me the shortcuts for those tools will be hold shift to multi-select and control D to clone. So there will be keyboard shortcuts with this too, which is really cool. But yeah, that's the first new teaser that's coming over to the Piggy build mode update, coming at some point this year. It's gonna be really exciting, and I'm gonna be covering all the other teasers and how to use the new tech in the update, so stay tuned.